is तुषार रमनन and you're watching 99 Workouts Season 3. जैसे आपको मालूम मैं आपको वापस बताना चाहता हूँ कि हर एक एपिसोड में हमारे एक नए गेस्ट आते हैं या आती हैं या आते हैं, ये आपको अभी मैं बताना चाहूँगा बहुत ही जल्दी in next 2 minutes. What is special about these people? Who are these? Basically, these are people whom I have known. You know, if you go on their social media or on the Instagram, you'll see that they post videos which are very motivational and related to fitness and a lot of inspirational videos, and I can vouch for it. That's why these are people who I opt for and I get them into my show. So today we are again at a very beautiful gym, and as you can see it is so lively out here as always, and I'm going to introduce you today to my special guest for this special episode. That is, please welcome my guest for today, that is Hemangi. Yeah, Hemangi.
Hi.
Thank you so much, and so nice to have Hemangi on this particular episode. We'll have a seat and then we'll start our workshop. Yeah, fine. Hi, you're watching 99 Workouts Season 3 with Tushar Ramnan and my guest Hemangi today in this episode. Hemangi, well, as you know that this channel is especially dedicated in terms of the idea is to motivate people to take out time, like how they take out time to do any kind of physical exercise. As we see that people always have an excuse, time nahi milta, we are doing this, that. So I always like to introduce people who have been working in different sectors and they take out time to exercise.
Correct.
So I believe, Hemangi, you were totally into a different sector, like the fashion industry before.
Yes.
And today down the line you're into the fitness and that too professionally competing.
Correct.
So how did it all start, like how from fashion to fitness?
Fitness was always a part of me. I always loved going to the gym, and I've been going to the gym ever since I was about 18 years old.
Okay.
And weight training is something that I've always enjoyed.
Right.
But the perspective when I was younger was more about being thin and wasn't really about developing muscle and all of that. But as time went by, I evolved with time, and that's when I started getting more and more keen interest into forms, into postures, and I started studying a little bit more about it.
Okay.
Working on my forms, postures, and then there came a time where where you feel that you want to go beyond.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't just about only being fit, it was about progressing there.
Right.
So that's when I actually understood that nutrition is also a very important part of it.
True.
So along my fashion design journey is when I did a course on nutrition as well, to work on myself and to get the best physique out of me. And that's where the interest of competing and developing my physique and all of that really came.
So tell me something, Hemangi, were you ever overweight or something as a child, or you had to go through a weight loss or transformation, something like that?
No, I was always on the healthier side, but
Right.
not obese, definitely.
Okay. So now I see that post pandemic you moved on, like as you said that you moved into fitness. Why did you decide to get into it, like professionally?
I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. I had seen a lot of people who wanted to get fit into their best physique but didn't really know where to start
Right.
and how to start. And particularly for women post pregnancy, where they
Right.
felt that this is the end of the journey and there's
Right.
no change that can be made to their physique. And that is where I wanted to step in and say that no, it's possible, because I'm a mother of a 9-year-old.
Wow.
And I've made that change for myself.
Wow.
So it is very much
So आपने
possible.
सुना Hemangi is a mother. She has got a 9-year-old kid, and यहाँ से Hemangi decided to go on stage on a show where you have to wear bikini and stand in front of thousands of people in a commercial show. So did you have any have you been supported by your family to do this, or any apprehensions from your side?
This is basically a target or a dream that is very personal to me and something that I wanted to do on my own. In terms of my family has been supportive because they've seen me, doing this nutrition and the gym front of it. But definitely, like going on stage is not something that
Right.
resonates really well with them. But this was one time that I wanted to do this for myself. It was
Okay.
a target that I had set, and I did go there and I went there. So I'm proud
Mm-hmm.
of myself for that.
Of course, I mean, today there are so many women who are competing, on stage professionally, and of course, you did, move into the professional segment quite late in your life. Generally,
Yes.
people start very early, and they see a lot of events and they move on. So tell me something. Are you balancing your fashion and retail? I believe you also were into some retail in between.
Yes.
So what was that exactly?
I was working with Westside with Tata Retail Enterprise as a buyer for the women's wear and kids wear
Okay.
categories.
Okay.
And that was something I did when I used to be in Bombay before. And
Okay.
after that, I got married and relocated to Pune.
Right.
So that's when I really quit the corporate sector and I opened my own clothing line by the name of Akira by Hemangi, where I
Okay.
actually worked on sustainable clothing.
Okay.
So I made Indo-Western wear for women using natural fabrics, hand block prints. So that is something that I'm still continuing with. I take custom orders.
Yeah.
And alongside that, because nutrition is something that is appointment based, so I'm
Yeah.
able to balance both the careers together.
Right. You're watching 99 workouts with me and Himangi. As आप सबको भी पता होगा कि fashion, food and fitness, like these are three F's which all go together. And we have someone here, Himangi, who's into fashion, who's into fitness and also nutrition and food. So what have you done in nutrition now?
In nutrition, this is basically fitness nutrition, like for the generally fit category of
Okay.
people who
Okay.
are healthy otherwise. So I've done a course from International Sports and Science Association
Right.
in fitness nutrition, and that is what I'm practicing. So it's basically lifestyle
Okay.
fitness.
So tell me something. How much importance would you give for you're a professional athlete now on stage? Of course, the whole ball game changes because you have to put a lot of attention towards the nutrition part. So will you say it is 50-50 or 70-30?
I would say it's 70-30.
Okay.
Nutrition, now there is a reason for that.
Right.
We have 24 hours in a day.
Right.
We would maximum spend 2 or 3 hours, working out in a day.
Right.
Beyond that, the balance 22 to 21 hours is how we fuel our body,
Right.
what we do with it,
Right.
what we put in.
Right.
And that is what will either make us, whether we want to be fit or depending on our goal.
Right.
So nutrition is the bigger part.
Right.
It's what you feed yourself to get stronger.
यहाँ पे मैं एक सवाल आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा. Maybe it's a little bit controversial, but people say that if you do not take supplements or if you do not take any anabolic steroids or something, you can never make a physique to go on stage to compete. What would you like to say on this?
See, any support or supplements that you take contributes, I would say, about 5% to what you're doing. But the main hardcore is your fitness, your routine, your workout basically, and nutrition.
Right.
How many ever supplements you take or people go on to anabolic steroids, but if you're not following your nutrition and not doing your workout right, nothing is going to happen.
Right.
So the 95% is your nutrition and workout,
Right.
and 5% is definitely a support that you need to take to push
So
yourself a little
Himangi,
further.
you just did your first bikini show in Mumbai, and you saw so many women now from India, who are competing on stage.
Right.
So how was that feel? Like, do you feel that you've done it all, or is there any more dream further to this?
Definitely, I would not say that I've done it all, because once you enter that space, you always feel like you want to get better, you want to explore more. So definitely, this is not the end, but it's about doing it right and about getting better with time. And I was absolutely in awe when I saw all the athletes for the first time, because I'd never been on stage before, and neither had I in person witnessed a show.
Right.
So everything was very new to me, and it was amazing to see what people had done with themselves,
Right.
and I aspired to be, like one of them.
So you're watching 99 workouts, and my next question, मेरा अगला सवाल हिमांगी से ये है कि अभी तो of course fashion is there already. You've done some courses in that. You've done retail. You've done your nutrition aspect. You've started competing. You're a mom. How do you find time to exercise?
For me, exercising or not exercising it makes me feel like I've missed something really big in the day. So it's a lot about time management basically. So like typically my routine is if I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and
Wow.
those 1 to 2 hours is when I prep the entire meals for the day, for the entire family, then send my daughter off to school, and the time that I get in the middle, till before she comes back, is when I wind up most of my work. So my workout routines, and then plus I take care of my orders as well at that time.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time is really again following up on work as well as balancing family. So it's not easy.
So tell me, Hemangi, sorry to interrupt. Do you have your meals cooked separate? And meals. Of course, your husband or your kid may not be following the same diet for sure.
Right.
So which may be tasteless. I'm sorry to say that. But do you have to do this like separate cooking for yourself, and how does it work?
Actually, what I try to do is that whatever items can be made common, I try to do that. And of course, there are certain things which are a little bland, which I make separately for myself.
Okay.
But largely, I try to keep the meal as common as possible. So the proteins is something that everybody can
Right,
have. Like
right.
we're non-vegetarian, so chicken,
Right.
fish, and eggs go with everybody. The amount of carbs that has to be cooked differs, because if I'm not eating the rice and roti, it's made for everybody else at
Right,
home.
right.
And salad is something that can be managed. So that's
Great.
how it works.
So you are watching me and Hemangi. I just caught her post her first show, and she's been excellent. Combining all the activities of fashion, food, and fitness, and taking out time to exercise. So, Hemangi, one last question to you is: what would be the message which you would like to convey to women who are we are at the end? We are shooting at the end of this year, and this is the last month, close to the next year, who are still planning to हम start करेंगे Monday से या first month से. What is one message which you like to convey to moms especially?
I would like to say that you can always, make the best physique or be in the best shape of your life. There is no age and there is no time limit to that. Of course, it requires discipline, it requires dedication and consistency. You just need to take that one step. Don't push it on to the next day. Just start, and it shouldn't be restricted that that it has to be a New Year resolution or anything else, but just take that plunge and you're going to love yourself for what you did.
Wow. So आपने सुना from a mom who's turned into a professional athlete, कैसे time निकालती है exercise करने के लिए. That's why I feature such interesting people, because these are people who are doing multiple work during the day and still find out time. And as Hemangi has got into professional, to compete on stage, which is, I call it stage 2, because most of the people are generally planning to start an exercise or something as of today. So thank you so much, Hemangi, for giving your time, and I'm sure that you're going to go a long way from here. And please keep on watching 99 Workouts, because my next guest is also going to be equally special and interesting. Thank you, Hemangi.
Thank you.